So let's talk about your home equity. So first of all, what is home equity? Well, on a simple level, it's the amount of money that you have in your house. And how do you calculate it? Well, you just take the value of your house and subtract out the money that you owe on it. Now, why is it important to know home equity? Well, the majority of homeowners have most of their net worth in their homes, so that's really important. It's also important if you go to make decisions about your home, such as selling your house, refinancing your house, taking out additional loans. It's a really good thing to be able to know and track the amount of home equity you have. Now, even though the home equity is a simple concept, it can be really difficult for homeowners to track how much home equity they have in their house over time. One of the reasons is because your home value increases and decreases, right? So let's take a look. So let's say this is your house, and your house is worth $500,000, let's say, right? And let's say that you owe to the bank $400,000, right? So the amount of home equity that you have, the amount of money that you have in your home is this $100,000 here, right? That's your home equity. Now, what happens if home prices increase in your area? Let's say your area is booming and all of a sudden house prices are now $600,000, right? So take a look at what happens. All of a sudden you have $200,000 in home equity, right? That's good for you. But what if something else happens? Either there's a recession or let's say a nuclear reactor moves in next door. Terrible situation, but then look what happens. So if your home price decreases or your home value decreases, you may lose a lot of that home equity. So home equity is always related to the amount of money. Let's say that your home price decreased to just $400,000, the same amount of money that you owe the bank. So then you don't have any home equity. Okay, a second way that it can be really difficult for homeowners to track their home equity is because of the way that we all pay back our mortgages. So when you make a mortgage payment, only a portion of it goes to paying the principal, which is paying the loan back, and a lot of it goes to interest, which does not pay your loan back. It just is interest that goes to the bank. So in this example that we just had, where your house is worth $500,000 and you owe $400,000 to the bank, every month that you pay your mortgage, you're going to pay a little sliver of this down, right? So over the years, over 30 years, you'll pay the whole thing down, but you'll just keep paying just a sliver of it down. And it's always an odd sum. You know, the way that loans work, it's an odd sum, so it's difficult for homeowners to really keep track of, you know, this amount of home equity that they have over time. But I'm going to show you a simple way to do it, and we'll get to it in a sec. Okay, before we get into your specific situation, I just want to explain a little bit more about how mortgages are paid down. So I'm going to give you this example here. This is a 30-year fixed mortgage. Let's say your mortgage payment every single month of your entire 30 years is $2,000. That's what you pay every single month. So in year one, month one, this amount here is $2,000, right? The way it works to pay down your mortgage is that in the beginning, a lot more of this payment is going to pay back interest, and a little bit here is going to pay down your principal. So let's say your mortgage payment is $2,000, all right? Let's say in the beginning you have about $1,400 of interest payment and only $600 of it is going to pay down your principal. Now over time, as the years go by, you can see that it gets to be about even here, right? So maybe you're paying $1,000 to your interest and $1,000 to your principal. And then by the end of the time, you're paying back mostly principal and just a tiny bit of interest, right? So maybe most of that $2,000 is just going to paying down your loan. And just remember that paying down your loan makes your equity go up. So you have more equity the more you pay down your loan. So this has a fancy name. It's called amortization, which is a total snooze fest of a word. But basically what it means is that loans, mortgages, are front-loaded with interest, and as you go through time, you pay more and more principal. So your payments are paying down your loan faster later in your mortgage. Again, this is why it's hard for homeowners to know how much home equity is in their home, but we're going to make it really simple with some tools that were developed specifically for this purpose and specifically for homeowners like you to be able to know exactly at any stage how much home equity you have. Find out more about an easy way to know and track your home equity. Go to homeownering.com/home equity. What's your home equity?